going to be showing you a little bit about Blender. Okay, to start off with the basics, we press the middle mouse button and we can drag, and that will make us be able to look around. You can scroll out and scroll in as well, with scrolling with the scroll key on the mouse. And if you press tab, that will change it to edit mode down here, to edit mode. Now for this episode, I'm going to be showing you a little bit about edit mode and mirroring. Now the first thing you're going to have to do is go into edit mode with tab and press the 1 key, and that will set you in the front here. Now the first thing you're going to do is go do Control R, and that will make a subdivide loop, as you can see. Now you want it standing straight up and down, and just click with your left mouse button. Go over here to face select, because down here it's circled blue in the, kind of like selecting corners. Select this thing, which it selects kind of like a face select. You could click this, hold Control, go over there, press Control, press Shift to drag there. And there we go, and that was right there. And you can press 5 to go into orthographic mode, I believe. Yeah, and then you'll look like this. Gonna press that, press delete key, or press faces, and now it looks like that. Now you're gonna go over here to this little tool. It looks like a wrench. Click that. Click add modifier, then go all the way down. It's right below mask. It's mirror. Click mirror, and that'll mirror it on the other side. Now tip: if you just have it like this, notice how it can go apart, and you see that. You press clipping, and it will look like that. Okay, now that's a little bit about mirroring, and now we're going to go over the next basic thing: adding armature. But the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add a little more to this mirrored mesh. Now, let's make, press E to extrude and press 1 to go down, and you can go backspace, and then 2 to go even further down. 2, do it like that. Now that's looking much better. Go and press tab, and move the whole thing up a little bit. Now before we go into any bone editing, the first thing we're going to have to do is go over here to this little camera button and press render. Now you notice that it shows up. You don't see half of it. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to get your camera, and that's what it shows. We're going to go over here to that little cube button, do the rotation, all the rotation to 0, and then I believe change this one. Yep, change the top guy to 90, and kind of align them to the center. It doesn't exactly have to be perfect. Move a little backwards. Now if we were to render, we see more of it, and you can keep going backwards, further down, further up, and all that type of stuff. I'm just going to get mine kind of right. There we go. That's a good spot. Now, you notice that this is black. That's because the lighting's over here and it's shining on this face, not that face. So we're going to get this lighting, hold these arrow keys. Not arrow keys, but arrows, and move it kind of towards the front area. You can even go a little bit on the side, and that will give it a nice little look. Now real quick, let's just talk a little bit about coloring. Now you can go over there and do the texture, but we're going to just do materials. You press that little circle that has a material on it, And here's your material. You can add new ones like that, but right now we're just gonna use the base one and have this guy, we're gonna have blue. And you can even go inside and grab a couple of these faces and go to your new one and have it a different shade of blue, like that. I'm probably gonna have that for this episode. You can have it however you want. Perfect. Now once you have the desired look, the first thing we're gonna have to do is go over to our object. We're going to go here and make sure you're in object mode. Scroll all the way down and you'll see armature. Click that. There we go. Now we have a bone, but we can't see it. You're gonna have to go over here to this like person and click X-ray down at the bottom here. Just size this up a little bit. And now, as you can see, we can see through our thing and see the bone. Now, this isn't necessarily how big or how small, or you can change all the sizes. You can change it like that. But press tab to go into edit mode, and you can drag this up to get kind of perfect. Perfect. Now, press E again, and just do a right click. Now drag it up, E, right click, drag it up. We're gonna have 3 bones here. We're going to make this thing bow. Now, next thing we have to do, whoops. I mean, I don't think you'll see it, but it's always nice to have it. We're gonna press Control R and size this up about 3, like that. Control R, up here, 3, click. Whoops. Control R, 3, click with the right mouse button. Two of the right mouse button. Whoopsie doodles, I actually did Control 3. Whoopsie doodles. You can press Control 0, and then it'll reset, because let's say you do Control 8. Well, I guess it only goes up to 5. That kind of makes it smooth. I'm not necessarily looking for smooth, dude. Just if you actually do that, do Control 0. Now do Control R down here and change it up by 3. Like that. There we go. We have now bending points. We want that. Now, if we go into object mode, we have to click our armature and go over here to pose mode. Now, if you notice, if we do this, well, our model's not really bending with it. So what you gotta do is you gotta click the cube and drag it on the armature. Like that. And do with automatic weights, because we're not gonna do this in today's episode. But you want to do it with automatic weights, so it automatically, if I go click our mesh, click weight paint, it automatically has the weights that we want. Now that's a whole different thing right now. We're not going to be looking too much at it. Now we can go on to our armature, go to pose mode, and now we have bending points. And the reason why we had all these is we would have just had 2, and it would have just like only bent on those 2 angles and stuff. Those 2 edges. Yes, it would only bend on those 2 edges, so we wanted to make more edges. Alright, now go back to your armature. Now, as you can see, you can pose in all different directions. This is the same way you'd make like a finger or arms or anything like that. Except with the arms, you'd probably, yeah, that could be an arm. Yes. Now we're going to go over here to the box. And now we're going to drag this little box up. And this is where the animation starts. Okay, welcome back. And today we're going to press the record key and the key. It automatically places keys. Gonna just it automatically placed the key there for our starting position. Now go forward a little bit. We can have him bow. Go forward a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. About there. And then have him bow back up. And then you can make him do whatever you want. I'm going to make him kind of bend in these types of directions. Like that. So if we play our animation down here, whoops, we gotta start. And the reason why I didn't play when I was over here is because I had it clicked at the kind of like the end zone, and the end area where there was nothing playing. So you gotta click over here to restart it. Now you're probably wondering, well, that's great, but if I go file, save, or export, how do I export as like an MP4 or something? Well, first I'm gonna save this real quick. And now we're going to work on that. Okay, first thing we're gonna have to do is go over to that little camera. Now you can scroll down, and instead of selecting ping, select ffmpeg.video. Or not dot video, or whatever you have it as. Sometimes you can have X video, but yeah. Now we're gonna have this select as MP4. Everything is set. I'm actually going to have my medium quality, the high quality. It's gonna be different on. It's gonna be different on a bunch of computers of what you can do with the quality with rendering. Now we're going to be doing is we're going to click the animation. We're going to render the animation. And just wait till that finishes. We're almost done. You gotta wait till this starts all the way to there. There we go. Now our render is done, and it should. Nope. We have to go down here. We have to instead of saving it into temp file, we're gonna have to go to like I'm gonna save it to my desktop. I'm gonna save this as I'm just gonna make it save whatever it wants to be. Okay. And now I think we have to render it again. I think I forgot to put it on the desktop, so I'm just gonna render this again. We're almost done here. And hopefully this video has left you with ideas on starting your animations with the bones and everything. Now I know this video is kind of getting a little long, but we're almost finished here. Now has it? Yep, it has worked. Now you couldn't see it, but it popped up on my desktop. You have to select in here where you want it to save to. And there we go. That's the basics of Blender modeling and animation and exporting. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!